It won't be like you're not a part of Facebook. You're not a part of Facebook.
My name's on the masthead.
You might want to check again.
Oh, if you already know the answers to your questions, then why ask?
What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss?
I like the way you die, boy.
I don't want to be a product of my environment.
Now answer my question. Were you rushing or were you dragging?
My boys awake at smile.
What is up, Film Fixation Podcast? We're back. We're back with another episode where we will be diving into David Lynch's 1984 Dune. What a movie this is.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Right, Case?
Such a good movie.
Some different opinions on this one. We're very excited to get into it. But before we do that, let's kick it over to Austin for the film news.
I do want to acknowledge our guest here, Casey Garrett.
Oh, yeah, Casey's
Thanks,
here.
fellas.
He's a regular.
Yeah, he's a
So it's
regular.
like-
He's not really a guest. We're going to have him off at one time so that you know he's a guest. But
I mean, I'm your CR, man. I'm here when I'm here, and when I'm not, I'm not. But can I add something real quick before we begin? I am glad we didn't. I'm in a much better mood today than I was last night.
Me too.
And the partial reason for that is my body decided to relieve itself last night in its sleep.
You pissed the bed or you pooped your bed?
I did the third thing in the bed. It was actually on my couch. My body is a factory and it produced, right? So
Okay. The third
and
thing.
it was a dream about Carlisle, and I won't get into the details. Maybe I'll tell you guys after. My point in bringing that up is I'm in such a better mood. I think last night I had a lot of pent up energy because I hadn't, done that in a while.
Yeah.
And so just kind of letting my body do it naturally has made me really grateful to be here this morning, recording this morning instead of last night.
That's really beautiful.
Cut that out if you want.
No, it's staying in.
That's good.
I don't care. I think that's appropriate to talk about.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. For the viewers, we were going to record last night. We had a little bit of a fallout. I was really mean to Jaron. I was mean.
No, it's okay.
Couldn't get it figured out. Kaysen brought his laptop from 2010. We couldn't get a browser on it. So, but we're here today.
I'm here.
It's much better.
Thank you guys for having me.
Jaron, do you feel better this morning or worse?
I do. So last night, played Austin and Madden, right?
That was after everything.
Yeah. This is why I'm so excited today.
Oh, okay.
To be here. We've played twice before. He beat the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Went down to the wire last night, but I got a dub over him. 44-43.
It was a great game.
It was a great game.
We
Dude,
did 8-minute quarters. Zach was sitting there like he didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
We're like, we're not ending the game early.
He was like, "Oh, you guys did 8 minutes?"
Yeah. We were like, yeah, idiot.
Check
And-
one, check two.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He went up 2 scores, like in final drives coming.
Yeah.
I think I forced like a third and long, picked it, right?
Yes.
And I score.
So I was ground and pound running the clock out
Mm-hmm.
with Jones.
Jones was on fire.
He was on
Yeah.
fire. I think he ended up with like 110 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns.
Dude.
What a guy.
But yeah, he the same outside run I had been doing all game just stopped working for 2 downs. So on third down, I had to throw it.
we
Jordan
made
Love throws up a
adjustments.
duck,
Mhm.
Hicks, and that was game over. So effectively, and then he just drove it on me. It was crazy.
And I score 4 seconds left. I'm going for 2, right?
Oh, yeah.
To win. Like we're not playing for overtime.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Analytics say you should go for 2 in that scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I rolled out Cole Kmet right there, streaking to the right. Bam. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was one for the ages. That's for sure.
So moral of the story is we're all happier this morning than we were last night.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Much better.
And all for different reasons too. Madden, you got sleep.
Yeah.
I nutted in my sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah.
The way that Heavenly Father intends.
I don't think I've nutted in 25 days since Grace started 75 hard.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, that is a travesty. Like, that's grounds for divorce.
I'm
not even
I'm
joking.
filing right now. I've just texted my lawyer, so we're getting that figured out. But
Jonah Melka.
no, he said he won't represent me if we ever do, unfortunately. But
Neither
yeah,
do I.
huh?
Why not?
He's
Too close to both parties.
I don't know. I'm sure he could. He represented my grandma in her divorce. If you can believe that, yeah. Now she has dementia. So there might be a correlation there.
Dang.
Stay with your husband. I'll cut that. That was mean. Nobody listens to this. in my family. Anyway, okay. Yeah, let's get to the news, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me actually scroll up to it because I didn't do that. I wasn't prepped. Sorry.
It's okay, man.
Okay. Mahomes and Kelsey tossed and kicked Justin Tucker's gear.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's film
That was
news.
really rude.
Dune Part 2 ticket sales crash AMC's website app when it first came up, which from experience, not hard to do. AMC's website and their apps suck ass.
Yeah.
So I could crash that by myself.
Mm-hmm.
James Gunn's DCU finds it Supergirl, Millie Alcock.
Yep.
Jaren's girlfriend.
My crush.
You know who that is?
She is the one in Peanut Butter Falcon.
No.
That's Dakota Johnson.
That's
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Down syndrome guy.
No.
Oh my gosh.
She does have a unique face. It's
She's
pretty.
in. It is unique. That's what I love about her.
I don't
She's in
know.
House of the Dragon.
Okay, the blonde.
Yeah.
Okay,
The blonde.
the blonde. Nice. She's playing a superhero.
She's playing Supergirl.
What's Supergirl?
Supergirl is Superman's cousin. She's
Oh,
also from
She's like a Superman
Krypton.
type.
okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys
Basically-
excited for that?
I mean, to
excited
see her, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like in The Flash. I don't remember that chick's name, but
Yeah.
that chick was like hot as hell. I didn't know that going into the film. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Supergirl.
Yeah.
You don't
I
agree?
think Millie's hotter.
Yeah, sure. Jaren doesn't like not
Shut
white
up,
girls.
Shut up.
No, we're keeping that in. Okay. First look at Leo DiCaprio in PTA's new movie. Got
Yeah.
tons of set images. Did you see him?
Yeah.
I just saw what you sent me
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Looks awesome.
Pretty
It's
awesome.
good.
Richard Linklater's next film will roll for 20 years. He's the one who did Boyhood for over like 10 years. Like
Yeah.
same cast and everything, tracking them over 10 years. It's going to star Paul Mescal. So we're going to see like 20 years of Paul's
Isn't that
life.
crazy?
That's a ton. How does someone even get financing for that? Like,
I think you
That's-
just have to
I don't
go
know,
with
it's-
like finance as you go, I'm sure.
that's crazy.
Boyhood, he probably just, I don't know who produced that, but like he probably did that on his own or
Yeah.
something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Hmm.
Dang. Boyhood's good.
I haven't seen it. I need to.
I watched it a long time ago. But yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll check it out.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. Another Round remake with Leo DiCaprio is now officially set to be directed by Chris Rock.
Another round?
Another Round is a Danish film. It's the Mikkelsen guy.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if his name's Mads, or I get him mixed up with his brother.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
Mikkelsen. Yeah.
But it came out in 2020 and to great acclaim. People really love that film. We should watch it. But yeah, American remakes of European and Asian films don't usually do super well, right? A Man Called Otto. You love that one, though.
Never seen it.
Wait, so Leo's
The
got
Departed. That's a
Yeah, that's
remake.
true.
Nice.
Of illicit affairs or whatever it's called.
Infernal Affairs.
Infernal. Yeah.
Leo's got that. Another round.
Yep.
PTA's movie.
Yep.
And The Wager.
Yeah.
All hypothetically within the next 4 to 5 years.
Dude's working.
Yeah.
Man, that's good stuff right there.
Yeah. He's our hero, man. And he's saving the Great Salt Lake. So
Yep.
appreciate that. This is the biggest news since the last time we recorded. Brad Pitt will star in Quentin Tarantino's 10th and final film.
Yeah. That should be
Huge.
awesome.
Huge.
I don't know how I feel about the movie critic as a, like, what's that even? Well, why that as your last film? Do you guys know what that's about at all?
I don't think there's a lot of information on it.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
really know.
But
But Brad and Quentin,
yeah,
can't go wrong.
Yeah.
if you would have told me like the synopsis of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I would have been like, I'm not excited for that.
That's true. Yeah.
But that's one of my favorite movies ever. You know,
For sure.
So I'm like, as long as a lot of times you can judge from information coming out pre-production, but like Tarantino, I feel like you just can't. You just got to see the finished product. So
Totally.
we'll see. Carl Weathers passed away sadly, age 76.
Yeah.
Apollo Creed,
Apollo.
Grief Karga, among other things. Any other roles you like him in? Well, that's great. Rest in peace, Carl Weathers.
He's in The Mandalorian. Did you say that?
Yeah, Grief Karga.
Grief Karga.
Mm.
Yeah.
This is character
Apollo
name.
is my favorite.
I haven't even seen most of the Rocky movies. So.
Sure.
Yeah.
Neither have I. Haven't seen any of them.
Really?
I've seen all of them. You've seen them. Shut up.
I've seen Creed.
You haven't seen the original Rocky? Well,
I'll watch
not,
it this
not
year.
a Philly guy.
Yeah, I'm not. Jacob Elordi under police investigation for assaulting a radio producer. Pretty badass.
Pretty cool.
I heard this story. You want me
Yeah.
to tell the story?
Yeah, tell the story.
He's at a bar. He's at an Australian bar.
Australian bar.
Okay. He's at an Australian bar. And this radio producer comes in, like sees him there, or had been stalking him for that location.
Yeah.
Comes in with his phone. And he's like, hey, I want to do like an interview with you, like a quick, like impromptu thing. And Jacob Elordi's like, no, man, I don't want to. And the guy just keeps pressing him. And then eventually it escalates to where Jacob Elordi punches the guy.
And he was asking him like inappropriate questions
Yeah.
too.
Really? So it's kind of justified.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, know the limits of
Yeah.
stalking famous people. Jake Gyllenhaal stars in Presumed Innocent, an 8-hour thriller that will keep you guessing.
You sent me that, dude. Let's
Yeah.
go. That looks
Yeah.
sick.
That should be awesome. You guys should watch the original.
Is that with Harrison Ford?
Harrison Ford, yeah.
What if I watch the original and I don't like Jake in the new one? It's Apple TV. So I don't know. Have they been doing good with shows? You're watching Masters of the Air.
Masters of the Air is I can't talk today. Masters of the Air is okay. It's fun. It's like kind of cheesy, but I feel like all World War II movies are like kind of cheesy a little bit. But
Yeah.
With the Brooklyn guys and
they always have the
Yeah.
New York guys. Barry Keoghan in this instance he's about as New York as they come.
People
But-
like The Morning Show, I think, and
mean,
Severance.
yeah,
Yeah,
I watched
yeah.
the first episode of Severance. That's very good.
Apple
Okay.
TV did like Killers of the Flower Moon too,
Yeah,
right?
And
They-
Napoleon. And
Napoleon. So they make good stuff.
Yeah.
I guess.
I guess.
I'm excited.
I'm pumped. I'm there. Okay. Sorry. There's a lot of news.
Is his name going to be Loki in this one?
Yeah. He's gonna have a
Detective
Mason
Loki.
ring and some tattoos.
And the G-Eazy haircut
Mhm.
and top button swag, all series.
Yeah. Okay. This is big news. This is posted by Francesca Scorsese, Martin's daughter.
Okay.
She said something will happen and he'll be like, "Ha, that's great." And I'm like, "You literally made this when he's watching his own films." That's not big news. I just thought that's cute. Imagine Scorsese sitting there and being like, "Oh man, this is awesome."
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Watching
That's sweet.
Goodfellas or something.
Yeah.
We got set photos and the first promotional thing for Megalopolis, Francis Ford Coppola's like 10-year dream baby. What's it called?
Mhm.
Brainchild?
Megalopolis.
No, yeah.
Oh.
Megalopolis. So exciting. Adam Driver
Mhm.
starring.
Shia.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf
Yeah, he's in there.
or LaBeouf, as Chris Ryan says. Shia LaBeouf. That's a weird cast, kind of.
Yeah.
Adam Driver and Shia LaBeouf.
I love both of those though.
Yeah.
I'm there for that.
I believe in him.
Yeah.
And Francis Ford Coppola too.
Yeah.
You know.
The set photos weren't very inspiring though. Did you see them?
Yeah, I mean it looks it's futuristic, right?
Yeah.
But it looks like kind of ancient a little
Mhm.
bit. Like I like kind of the mix of it.
Yeah.
Like people in like ancient clothing with like guns and stuff.
Yeah.
I just thought it looked cool.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Looks different.
Pedro Pascal, Chris Evans, and Dakota Johnson to star in Celine Song's next movie, The Past Lives director.
Oh,
It's kind of a lot going on. We'll see what that's about. Celine Song's jump from like a really intimate movie with a bunch of kind of lesser known actors to all this big star-studded cast.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. Okay, we're almost done here. Denzel Washington and Spike Lee are reuniting to remake Kurosawa's High and Low with A24 and Apple, which has been met with a lot of pushback
Really?
because Spike Lee has already ruined a classic Asian film in Old Boy.
that's a Spike Lee.
That's a
film.
Spike Lee with Josh Brolin, and one of the worst remakes ever, notably. And High and Low is one of the greatest movies ever. If you look on Letterboxd right now, I think it's like in the top 10 of narrative films.
Dang.
I still haven't seen it, but
It's a Korean film?
it's a Japanese film, Akira
Japanese film.
Kurosawa. Yeah,
Well, I'm happy like Spike Lee and Denzel are getting back together.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
we'll just see. We got to watch High and Low together. Would you guys be down for that?
Do they
I think
dub
it's
it?
I think it's 1952, starring Toshiro Mifune. You know who that is?
I can't say I do, brother.
Okay. He's one of the
I
greatest.
know the face. I don't know.
Yeah,
Can't put a name to the face.
one of the greatest Japanese actors of all time.
Okay.
A frequent collaborator with Akira Kurosawa. He fought in the war against the Americans.
Actually,
Straight up.
that's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing Ran.
Yes. Wait, no. I don't know. No. They had stopped collaborating by the 80s.
Oh.
He's in Hidden Fortress. He's in Yojimbo. He's in all of like his earlier samurai films.
Okay.
Is High and Low a samurai film?
No.
Okay.
Okay, and that's our news.
You can get the last one I sent you.
Let's see. Just now?
Yeah. Like
Oh, we sent it to each other.
we did.
Jeez. Yeah, you must have not read your fucking
my
messages.
bad.
Dude. I didn't get to this though. Tom Cruise reportedly in talks to land role in Quentin Tarantino's final movie, along with Brad Pitt.
A supporting role.
Yeah.
Like
That's solid. I'm
he
down for
never
that.
does that.
See, I'm like not down with that. I hope it's like
I am.
I hope it's like his role in Tropic Thunder, where he's there for a few seconds and he
Just
like
for
steals the show.
Comedic relief.
Yeah, that's
Not
what'll
not
probably-
necessarily for comedic relief, but like Pacino's in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah,
Like he's not there a lot, but like
Mm.
he's memorable.
that's what it should be.
That's what
it
I'm
probably
hoping.
Is.
That's what I'm hoping.
I
That's
would
the
love-
story. So yeah.
Well, what are you thinking? Then?
I just hope it's not like I don't know. I hope he's
Like
not
a
as
main
big as
role, or-
yeah. It
Why
says
not?
supporting role. I'm not hot on Tom Cruise.
I mean, I would really love to see Tom Cruise in a non-action, just dramatic supporting role,
Yeah.
just to see what his acting chops are. Like because I feel like for the last 20 years, it's purely been Mission Impossible type movies.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Whereas like
killed
80s,
it.
90s Tom Cruise, he's more dramatic and actually like
Yeah.
acted. So it'd be a nice refresher compared to what he's been doing.
Yeah.
His supporting roles are fantastic. Like Magnolia.
Yeah.
You guys should watch that.
I was gonna watch that.
I really need to see Magnolia.
It's like probably the best 20 minutes of Tom Cruise's acting career.
that has PSH in it too, right?
It's who?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
Get your
Yeah.
fucking acronyms, dude.
yeah, dude,
Come
I've
on.
been trying to polish up
I thought you
stuff like that.
I thought you meant like
Push?
PTA.
No, PTA directs that obviously, but my
Yeah.
guy PSH is in it.
He is, yeah.
Yeah,
He's one of my favorites.
yeah, me too.
I can't believe your first assumption was that he got the acronym wrong.
No, whatever.
Dude, I watched Moneyball the other day. I mean,
I
I've
saw
seen it
that.
a million times, but
Yeah.
Hoffman's he's great in that.
Great stuff.
Yeah,
Just the belly.
Yeah.
Love it.
I love that movie.
Gosh. I've been on a PSH kick
Yeah.
after his death. Watched Punch Drunk Love.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Didn't love it. You probably didn't see it because I buried it because I watched The Master right after to
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't love it? What'd you give it?
3.5.
Mm.
I freaking hate Adam Sandler, dude. I can't even take him in his best role ever. I'm like, F this guy.
It's really anxiety inducing. It's hard to watch that movie,
Yeah, that's probably
Just 'cause
why.
how mean his sisters and everybody is to him, Yeah.
Do you like Uncut Gems?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either, but
Yeah.
people
say
that
he's
one's
great in
even
that.
people
more
say
so.
that's like a legitimately good movie.
It is, yeah.
You seen it?
Yeah.
You like it?
No, same thing. It's hard to get
It's
through.
just Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the gambling aspects of it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
He just needs to bet on the Celtics. He gets this life-changing amount of money to resolve all his issues. And he's like, okay, I need to put this on the Celtics and Sixers game tonight, And one
Immediate
of the
reaction.
legs of the parlay is who wins the opening tip. He's gambling all that.
Right.
That's baller.
Yeah,
That's
that is
cool.
baller.
That's
Put money on the opening tip. I mean,
Yeah.
pretty relatable then. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Jaren's got the under on Reba McEntire's national anthem. Under
Mm.
1 minute 26 seconds, right?
It's way long. It's how long do you think the over under is for that? It's probably
I think it's 1 minute
Minute
and 26
50.
seconds.
really.
do you have
Reba.
any parlays associated with Usher's performance?
No.
Guests to come out? Is Chris Brown plus 180?
No, I wouldn't even know where to go to gamble on those. You can do the Gatorade color,
Yeah.
national anthem, coin toss. I don't know.
Yeah, 86 seconds.
I go for locks, guys.
86 seconds is the projection.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh dang.
So
I would bet the over on that.
take that. Yeah, take 90.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's our news.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Dune came out in 1984.
Mhm.
Directed by David Lynch. It is starring Kyle MacLachlan, Francesca Annis, Patrick Stewart, Linda Hunt, Jose Ferrer, and Leonardo Cimino.
A star-studded cast.
You pronounced one of those. The one white British name,
Kevin
Patrick Stewart.
McLaughlin.
Kyle McLaughlin. I got that right.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, jerk.
What?
Francesca Honest.
Francesca.
I don't see a CH there.
Yeah, you also don't. Yeah,
That's right. I've never been to France, I guess. So
Italy. It's an Italian
Italy,
name.
whatever.
Just read a book. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. The reviews. It's got a 2.8 on Letterboxd here. It's got a 44% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. I expected it to be lower, you know.
But it's like a cult classic, you know.
I think
so-
people have gone in after
Yeah.
and changed their minds. And a 65% audience score. So most people who watch this like it. You know what I mean? So pretty cool. IMDb, it's got a 6.3.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is insane to me.
It's 2 hours, 17 minutes. It had a budget of $45 million. It's notorious for being one of the biggest flops in cinematic history. I think it got like 25 million back.
Yeah, 45 million budget in the 80s that's massive. Like
Mhm.
that's crazy, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it
I don't
is.
know.
Yeah, no, it is. And you really see like the big budget in this movie.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
put it to
man.
good use,
The
man.
costume design.
Genuinely though, this was my second watch in
Uh-huh.
researching this, and I was like, it's way better, like way more innovative than I remember it being. I
Yeah.
remember the first time I watched it and the shields came up,
Mhm.
but I hadn't watched a lot of like 80s movies at that point. So I was like, this is insane. This must be like a super low budget, trashy movie.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, you know, they did all right. They did
Yeah.
all right
With the shields
with the special effects. Yeah.
when they make them look like Minecraft
No, so
characters.
the shields
Shields are,
don't look good, right?
yeah.
But everything else is pretty. I'm there for it. You know. This
What's
is you got to understand.
I know it's the 80s, man.
You got to understand it's the 80s,
Yeah.
but also with the budget. Like what I think was probably happening was Star Wars came out in 77, huge craze.
Mhm.
80 finished in 82 or 83, so a couple years before this.
yeah.
So these producers are probably thinking like, "Oh, we got to strike while it's hot." You know,
Yeah.
people are loving these bigger budget, crazy sci-fi movies, so they were like throwing money at this thing.
Mhm.
And so they got some things right from learning from Star Wars, I think. Like a lot of the models, like showing the planets. I
Yeah.
think that all worked pretty well for me.
Yeah.
I would say the Star Wars films are older and look like a million times better than Dune.
They do. They
Why
do.
is that?
Dune needs a remaster. Needs to be.
Yeah, it needs a remaster.
Didn't
Yeah.
have there's no George Lucas cut. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
No, but a lot of what you learn about the Star Wars films is that like they were just passion projects. Like the people were grinding, they were way underpaid.
Yeah.
They weren't making anything on these films. Like working in crazy conditions because George like demanded a vision
Hmm.
and they just had to go by it. And he also had his own production company in ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, and Lucasfilm. So like that's the only job that those people were doing. They weren't
Okay.
contracted out to other film studios or anything
Gotcha.
like that. So at the time.
Maybe I need to revisit the Star Wars movies of old, not the early 2000s ones, because the whole time I was watching Dune, I was just sitting there thinking like, Star Wars came out in what 77,
77. Yeah.
Mhm.
and I was like, like I remember this looking 10 times better than
Yeah.
what I'm watching right now with Dune.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know. Maybe I need to reevaluate that, but
You should rewatch them.
Yeah. Well, I like this movie. So I watched this. I was living with my best friends at the time in Cedar City, right?
Mhm.
And this was before Dune Part 1 came out, directed by Denis Villeneuve, right?
Yep.
And I just put it on. I don't know what made me do it. And I was watching with like Spencer, Parker Stone,
Mhm.
Gavin, and we were just having a great time, just laughing at everything that's wrong with this movie
Yeah.
and just the ridiculousness of it. And I understand it's probably a hard watch like by yourself when you're expecting like after seeing the Dune that we know today,
yeah.
going back and reliving this one, I understand it can be tough for some
Yeah.
people, but I think it's fun. I gave it 4 stars. Austin, what'd you give it?
So initially I gave it 2.5. And I remember This was in 2020 or 2021.
Yeah.
I was living in Cedar, not with you, but just down the road from you. And HBO Max had just become a thing.
Yeah.
Kind of. I think it became a thing in 2020, and it was like the prestige streaming service.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't want to pay for it.
That's what I
Jaron had
watched
it.
it on, too.
Yeah, Jaron had it, and he said, "I'll share the password with you if you promise to watch Dune." And then he stood in my
That was
living
the
room.
condition.
He stood in my living room and explained Dune to Grace and I for like 10 minutes. And he's like saying all these names, like the planet Arrakis, also called Dune, the Spice Melange. Like he's dropping all these names, and I was like, I don't want to watch that ever. So, but I watched it per his assignment,
Mhm.
and then I watched the 2021 Dune the next day. Just blown away by 2021, and that made me appreciate 1984 Dune, kind
Yeah.
of like watching it in rapid succession like that. I initially gave it a 2, I think. Now it's sitting at a 3 after rewatch. I
That's
enjoyed it.
admirable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good. It's not a good movie. I shouldn't say. It's a fun watch, though. Go
It's
ahead.
funny.
Let's hear Cason's thoughts.
Okay. I'll preface this by saying that I thoroughly love and enjoy the new Dune with Timothy Chalamet and Zendaya
Mhm.
and my girl Rebecca Ferguson. I love
Mhm.
her so much. I just found out she was Swedish. Never knew that. Did you guys know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I always thought she was British. Man, she's Swedish. That's
better.
It's one of my home countries.
Yeah.
So, I love Dune Part 1. I'm so excited for Dune Part 2. I think the concept in the series is absolutely incredible and keeps my attention and is one of the cooler sci-fi plots out there. Dune 1984 is legitimately, in my mind, the worst movie I've ever seen.
Mhm.
So, I don't know if you guys want me to continue.
No, elaborate. Let's hear it.
So I always joke with my parents. Okay, in the 80s, in 84 when this movie came out, my dad was preaching the gospel to the people of Brazil, doing the Lord's work.
AP?
He was a travel AP,
Awesome.
which I was that and regular AP. So I was both.
Really?
One step ahead of my dad.
He asked what your dad was. You didn't ask.
Oh,
Just
really?
kidding.
What were you doing?
I'm sorry. I was a district leader.
Sure.
For a transfer.
Yep.
For those of you listening, could you explain mission hierarchy real quick? Just
So
for the
you've got
listeners?
training, district leader, zone leader, assistant to the president. We never called them APs. That was like sacrilegious. I'm an
Absolutely.
assistant to the
Yep.
president. And then in some missions where there's a lot of trust from the mission president, he'll make you a kind of a tier above AP and make you a travel
Yeah.
AP.
Or
So-
where the mission just doesn't have great leadership and they haven't established the proper infrastructure to not necessitate a travel AP,
Sure.
then sometimes you need it. But go ahead.
Yeah, listen, dude. I was driving around all of northern Ghana in a van.
Yeah.
Down by the river, eating
Mhm.
government cheese.
Sure.
Uh,
Forrest is going to love that reference. if he
going to
listens.
companionships, telling him how to teach.
Dude, that's sweet. You got a van.
Thanks, man. It was sick.
I'm not even joking. Like, that's cool.
Thank you. I really
Yeah.
appreciate that. Anyway, I always joke with my parents. Okay, my dad was in 84. He was on his mission. In 84, my mom was in high school, probably durfing everything she saw. Whatever.
Yeah. Absolutely. I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had that reputation.
Yeah.
No, she didn't. But I always joke with my parents that, oh, did you guys like have like deodorant in the 80s? Like, did you guys just always smell bad? Like, was it such a primitive time that you guys just always had bad breath? Was chewing gum around?
Right.
Yeah.
Did you guys take showers? Like, obviously, I do this to tease them. I know those things existed in the 80s. When I watch this movie, it makes me think that that stuff didn't exist in the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes me think these people were like barely, like they had just come from the caveman
Mhm.
and had just started becoming humans.
Okay.
All of those people probably stunk like
Yeah.
crazy. My point in saying that is this, though it was made in the 80s, when I compare it to other 80s movies, it seems like the most primitive, just like Neanderthal. I think it's tall. That's what
That's
the
correct.
correct. Yeah. I'm trying to get into my
pronunciation.
anthropology roots,
Yeah.
but
Great job.
like compared to its contemporary, like its peers in the 80s of 80s movies, or even if you want to go 70s, as we were talking about with Star Wars, this movie looks and feels like it's just ancient, and not even just because of the graphics and the special effects and CGI and whatnot, but the acting is like legitimately some of the worst acting I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah.
So I would be behind this movie if it was just like, oh, okay, yeah, it's 80s, so the special effects are going to be bad. I'm like, okay, I can get behind that. Like, obviously, it was a different time. They
Yeah.
couldn't make special effects look good. But when the acting is such that it makes me want to like I was sitting on my couch just like
Yeah.
like cringing. And I don't cringe very often, and this was making me cringe to the point where I'm like, this is an objectively bad movie. And I respect that you guys like it. I don't want to take that away from you. This is something you enjoy. That's totally awesome. But for me, as for me and my people, we will serve the Lord, right?
Absolutely.
And as for